Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Mahalet. Can you guys please let me know if you can hear me and see me? That would be nice. Let me know. Hi, everyone. I can see people joining in. Let me know in that comment section that you can hear me and see me. That's really important, okay, before I start. Can you hear me? I'm seeing no comment. Am I talking to myself? Oh, okay. Great. Now your chats are coming in. Hi, Brahan. You said yeah. Suzanne said, I can see you. Okay. Thank you. People are saying that they can see me and hear me. Good. Great. Hi, the real Samantha. Hi, Folks Legend. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, Suzanne. Great. Thank you so much for letting me know. From North Korea. Nice. What are you doing there? Let us know. Good morning from New York and good evening to you. Yes, welcome. Welcome. Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. Now I can start talking. Okay, so second episode today. I'm happy about that. I enjoy live streaming. Okay, so today, your comments is like they come together, like they wait a while. I'm like, okay, I don't think people are here. And then all of a sudden I get 10 messages at the same time. So Keisha, hi Keisha. From London. How is it going there? Is it cold? Is it rainy? I hear people complaining about London weather. Thank you, Roots. Everything is good on my side. How about you? Lincoln said the truth must be told. That is true. Are you being serious? Are you being serious? Did you just see this message, everyone? Brahan Alamayo. Is that true, or are you making a joke? Yes, Suzanne, it's raining. The farmers are happy. We love rain on this side because it helps grow our food. So yeah, we thank God. Hi, you've been so lost, Majay. It's been a long time since I last saw any comment from you. Are you okay? Is everything okay? So you asked a question. Sorry, let me address that first. You said, what are we talking about today? We are talking about adoption from African countries and like how it is impacting our kids, like they're taken away to foreign land and there's not a lot of system except for, I believe, South Africa and Madagascar. There's not like a straightforward good system that tracks the kids after they leave the continent, and we're hearing so many horror stories and we're talking about that basically. And also the Ethiopian World Federation asking the president of, I believe, Malawi, right? Yes, to halt this decision because okay, we'll get into it. That's the topic. Let me just say that's the topic. We'll get into it. So let me just say hello to everyone and then we'll get into it. Good afternoon, Miss Jonesy. Come and visit. Where are we visiting? Oh, it's miserable. The weather is, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Samantha. Maybe for the summer you can come to Africa and enjoy your break. Good morning from California. Good morning to you as well. Blessings. Hi, Jamaica. Welcome. Hi, Canada. Good question. Yeah, IMF is, I think I did a video. When was it? A few months ago. This is their own person talking about how evil the IMF, the World Bank is, and they were talking. He was exposing almost everything that they do in order to trap us. So that's definitely a good topic to cover. What are my brothers in Africa talking about these days? So many things, my brother, to the point where we're being told, I assumed brother, but it's Nipsey Hussle's picture, so I don't know. Sorry, bro or sis. We are talking about a lot of things to the point where we're being told there is an Africa propaganda. So that's where we are at right now. Hello from South. Oh, hi. Hello from South Africa, my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, MT. From Barbados. Oh, one day I'll come to Barbados and Jamaica and all of those Caribbean islands. Hi, Gloria. Welcome. Gloria said hello, and Gail. It's cold here in Vegas. I'm not complaining. How are you? It's cold. I hear like Vegas is supposed to be like very hot and stuff. I didn't know it gets cold. Don't judge me, Gloria. I haven't been there, but you said you're not complaining, so I'm assuming you are looking forward to the weather, right? Yeah, Brahan says he's telling us the truth. He said, "Yeah, I'm dealing with nuclear energy and want to share my experience." That is so wonderful, Brahan. Yes, and you should share that experience. Learn everything that needs to be learned there, or like be a specialist in what you do and come and transfer that skill, because we do need it. A lot of people will tell me that's what we need to work on, instead of all this, like, well, I think I did a video. Yes, I know where I heard that from. I was doing a video about Putin. I think it was Putin. He was saying how he wants, like, he wants a stronger relationship with Africa, and he really like, he's standing beside Africa, basically, is what he was saying. And he was telling us that he wants to share his technology with us and his food. So people were like, now we need, no, we need his nuclear, like, let him, share that with us instead of food. That's what people were saying. So Brahan, obviously we need your expertise over here. Tabia said, I'm doing well for sure. I have been waiting for long. Okay, welcome. I'm in Baltimore now. Okay. From the UK. Wow. We're international, guys. Western countries want South Africa prison, Putin incoming break. They're really trying it. They want to arrest them. Let's see how that will work, honestly. Like, how are they gonna do that? I don't know. I don't think, usually you see, like, the Western world is successful in, like, imprisoning leaders or assassinating when they can infiltrate the circle, or when they can find sellouts. In Putin's case, I don't know if they can do that with his circle, honestly, but who knows? You never know. Everybody has their price, and you never know. Folks Legend said, yes, first of all, they should be all banned. No, should be able to take African child out their land, and especially to those. Okay, then we can get into it. Thank you, Folks Legend. We can get into the conversation now. Patricia said, greetings, Empress Wengel. Empress! Ooh! Thank you, Patricia, from Brooklyn, New York. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. So I'm seeing a lot of people, like Teresa from Maryland, Ricky from the UK, Kimberly from West Coast, United States, Kevin from Florida. Wow, you guys. Sweden, Yasin from Sweden. From Rwanda, Hiwet Bagala. Oh, that's so cool. And can visitors visit us in, oh, me? I visit London? I think it's a question for me. Yes, of course, one day. I'll see the world one day, and I'll take you with me on my second channel, because this channel is just for justice, okay? Just Africa and about us. So the other channel can be more like free flowing, Majay is saying, I'm in Sudan right now and my internet was crash. That's why you didn't hear about me for a while, but I bought a Starlink. Oh, that thing is live now. This is what's his name? What's his name? Give me his name, please. Oh my God, brain freeze. Elon Musk. Yes, Elon Musk's internet, right? Antenna, so everything is good now. Thanks for asking though. Nice. Is it expensive? Wait, I'll do my research. Let me not waste your time. But I heard a lot of good things about it. When you're going to visit South Africa, I don't know. I don't know. But for sure, when I do visit, it's gonna be everywhere. Like the last time I was there, I just visited Cape Town, but I want to go to Johannesburg. I can't wait. I hear so many good things about Johannesburg, Durban. I'll visit for sure, Radi. I should have said good morning. Actually, I'm taking an early lunch and thought it was later. Okay, it's okay. It is okay, Miss John Z. Yes, you should visit the Caribbean for sure. By the way, have you heard about like what happened to that conversation that was between Prime Minister Mia Mottley and President Kenyatta of Kenya? Like they were talking about having a direct flight. Like what happened to that? And I was so excited. I was like, oh, I can't wait. Like I would love to be, especially how awesome would it be? Like the first flight, I'll be on it. Like the first flight ever. I'll be part of history. But I didn't, after that conversation, I didn't hear about it after that. So I don't know where they stand on that. But yes, for sure. Good morning, Londell. How are you doing, Patricia? Said many of us in the West don't even watch TV anymore. We're not listening to lies from the Muzungus. I feel you, Patricia. I definitely feel you. Like, it's just, yeah. Mm, yeah. Who watches TV anymore? Okay, old folks do, but yeah, no. Hi from Kenya, Bamba. One, I will, Ethiopia. Are you telling us you'll visit Ethiopia, or are you saying one love? But whichever one it is, yes, yes, we agree with oneness. Gloria said the weather here is changing. Okay, Gloria. Atlanta, Katie from Atlanta, Miss Jonesy. I'm in Maryland and it's raining cats and dogs. Oh, okay. I know. So, it's wonderful when it rains and you're in the house and everything is cozy, but when you're outside, it's just ugh. Yes, Patricia, thank you so much. We are family. So okay, let me start. Oh my god, there are so many. If I go through all of this message, I will not cover my topic. Okay, so let's get into it. So what are we going to talk about today? So today, I think I should present my screen to you so that you can see what we want to talk about. I think that's the better way, so that you just don't look at me while I'm talking. You can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, let me present and let me know if you can hear me when I'm presenting, because we wouldn't want, you just sitting there wondering what's happening. So let me see. Share screen. Sharing my screen currently. Okay. I hope you can see it. Let me know. Okay. This is a website called All Africa. So this is where I found this article. So the headline is Ethiopian World Federation asks President Chakwera, who is the Malawi president, to institute investigation on integrity of Madonna's Malawi charity, Raising Malawi. So that's Madonna. Those are the kids around her. Let me see though if you can hear me before I continue. Yes, you can see the screen and you great. Let me go back. I just left it just to make sure that you can. Okay. So this is what it's saying, so I can read for you. There we go. So we can read it together. Okay. Yes, we can see the article and we can hear and see you. Thank you, Keisha. So Ethiopian, this is by Duncan Melangira. So let's start. So it's saying here Ethiopian World Federation, an organization established in the United States in 1937 to promote love and goodwill among Ethiopians at home and abroad, has made surprising stance on world celebrated performing artist Madonna. I didn't even know that's her name, Louise Seacon. I have no idea. I just know her as Madonna. So she adopted four Malawians. That's what they're talking about. And the federation, which has since transformed into a global diaspora organization, is asking the Malawi leader, President Lazarus Chakwera, to prevent, quote, homosexual and transgender allegation over the adoption of the Malawian children for possible, quote, human trafficking and social experiments. So they go on and also say they should restrict her and her associates' accessibility to Africa and to African children as a precautionary measure until a thorough investigation is done into child trafficking, sex exploitation. You can read it, I think. I don't want to make YouTube mad. That's what you just read. Slavery, adopted reversal, threat of coercion, fraud, deception, and abuse of power and vulnerability. Like, that is a lot. Like, a lot of accusation. So many details, basically. So this organization is actually pleading with the president of Malawi, and they're asking him, like, do something about this. Like, this is not right. And let me show you, maybe this is why they're saying that. Let me share the screen again to show you what right now, like how she's raising her kids, basically. So these are her kids. As I said, she adopted four. So hopefully you can see the pictures here. They're like self-explanatory, I feel like. I don't know if I want to click on them per se. I don't know. I don't want to judge, but yeah. So let's remove this because it's a bit much. I feel like. So yeah. So basically they are alleging that she, like, her adoption agency that she has, and even the kids that she's adopted, she's not raising them properly. That's what basically they're alleging. And at least not to the values and principles that African countries have. So I found this article interesting. Obviously, that's why I brought it to you, because Madonna is not the first, and I'm pretty sure she's not going to be the last if our governments don't take it seriously. The issue is not about adoption per se, it's about, like, the whole process. Like, if you're going to send out your most vulnerable people, like, in the society, like, kids are the most vulnerable. Like, who is more vulnerable than kids? Like, 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old. And if you're sending them away, one, are you doing checkups on them? Like, do you go in their documents, ask their governments to give you, like, every report that you might need on that person? After that, even, do you follow up? Unfortunately, that's what's devastating about this. Most devastating thing about this is, out of all these African countries that allow adoption to foreign countries, only two of them have a proper way of following up with the kids. How is it going? Like, can you imagine this? You just give away the child and you forget about them? What? That is, somebody said Haitian children. I guess now, yes, we're talking about Africa, but obviously it applies to other places as well. And it's just, it really is sad, because if we don't stand up for these kids, who is going to stand up for them? They can't defend themselves. They can't stand up and say, no, I won't go, or don't do this to me. They don't know any better. And I was going to talk about in specific, like, I was even Googling all the children that went missing or got unalived, or are taken away from the parents that adopted them because of the things that was done to them. I was like, that's just too much. We know it's happening. Just recently, like 2 months ago, I was talking about two American couples that adopted a child in Uganda, and they are in court right now. They're still waiting on the verdicts. Like, I don't think they got a sentence yet. And like the condition that they were keeping that child in, if it wasn't for the neighbor that saw what was happening and reported to the police, and they got, like, the kid was rescued basically, that would have been his life. Because he's a kid, he doesn't know better. He needs people to intervene, he needs people to tell him that's not right, that's not how you are supposed to be treated as a child. So yeah, it's honestly devastating, and we need to do better. And I have a question for you guys, a quiz. Okay, get ready. I'm gonna need you to answer. But unfortunately, this is not even like an updated article that I found on this, but it will do for now. Okay, so I have a question for you. Get ready. Who do you think? I think it's here. Who do you think, like, from all the African countries, sends out the most kids for adoption right now? I'll give you like 10 seconds because it would be long. Guess the top three. Okay, not just one. Guess the top three African countries, the most, that send out kids. I was surprised. Let's see if you guys can guess. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I think it takes time for it to load, so maybe you guys have already texted. Till then, I can see who. Yes, Keisha said it's madness, so heartbreaking. I agree with you. Gloria said, sadly, money talks. That is so accurate, so true, because there were stories that I was reading just now before I went live, and they were saying how even kids that have parents are being taken, like, as in they kidnap them to sell them for adoption agencies. These kids didn't need a home. There are parents mourning their kids right now because they don't know where they are, because they were stolen away. They were stolen. They were taken because that person wanted money from the foreigners. So you are so right, Gloria. Very sad. Okay, let's see the game. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Terry said Chad. Richard said South Africa. Meji said Somalia. Gloria said Zimbabwe. Lamora said Ethiopia. Luli said Ethiopia. Susan said USA. And Kimberly, Malawi. Sweating, Malawi. The mirror said Uganda, Congo, Kenya. Uganda, DRC, Nigeria, Zambia. Okay. Nice guess. Thank you guys for cooperating. Kenya, Congo, maybe I could be wrong, Patricia said. Kevin said, I'm sure it's an East African country by proportion, but Nigeria and Ethiopia are the most populous. Yes. So South Africa, Uganda, and Nigeria, Keisha guessed. So let me tell you. But this, as I said, this stat is not updated. For some reason, I was not able to find like a 20, 23, 20, like I couldn't find. But according to this stat, 2/3 of like adoption from African countries, which makes it the number one from Africa, is Ethiopia. I think 3 people guessed, and you are right. It is Ethiopia, my country. And second place is South Africa. And third place is Liberia and Madagascar, and then Nigeria. So there you have it. And from all these countries, the only countries that have, as I told you, I think it's called, let me read for you what it says here. Of those countries, only South Africa and Madagascar have ratified the 1993 Hague Convention on the Protection of Children and Cooperation in respect of inter-country adoption. So yeah, there you have it. So somebody said, hey Wengil, thanks for the video, though facts important. I hope your next video would be purely about Africa, not countries like US, China, or Russia. Thank you. I thought my content was about Africa and anything that, like, of course, if it's, what do you call it, interconnect like this, of course I'm going to talk about those countries because it matters. We don't live in a vacuum. Africa exists in this world where we have to have, some kind of connection or relationship or conversation or trade, or we can't live in a vacuum. So obviously, if it has anything to do with Africa, I'm definitely going to talk about other countries or other continent as well. But one thing I can promise you, John, is priority, focus, goal, mission is Africa, and Africa first for me. Vijay says, so sad. I agree with you. So sad. And how many of you remember Charlize Theron being on the news? But her, even though she's South African, well, white South African, she adopted her child, a boy, and now she says he's a girl. And I still remember when I saw it, like, that day, that news. Like, I think I shed a tear or two because, like, it's like, because it's the life for me. How are you telling us a 3-year-old told you he wants to be a girl and you're there facilitating it? Like, I know 3-year-olds, I know 4-year-olds. Like, they barely know their ABCs. They barely know what it means to live in this world. They don't know what it is. As a grown-up, as the guardian, you are allowing that to happen. For me, it's just too much, like pure evil. I know this is gonna make some people unhappy, but we're allowed to say what we think sometimes, we shouldn't feel like we can't talk about certain things. Anyways, is Ethiopia the number one in documented? Oh, that's a good question as well. And undocumented countries. They didn't specify that. I'm assuming they're documented because how will they find that information if they're undocumented? So I'm assuming documented. And you are right. There are so many undocumented. I'm trying to remember which country was from. I believe it was in Zambia in February, just this year. They were Croatians that were arrested. I'm not sure if they've been released, but the reason why they were arrested is because they were trying to adopt 4 kids, and the government meddled in and they took the kids away because they accused them of kids trafficking because it was like it's not documented. And to make matters worse, Croatia didn't have an embassy in that country. So they took away the kids and they arrested, I believe, the couple. So I'm not, like, EU was following it up. I'm not sure if they've been freed, but yes, that was, for example, undocumented, and probably those kids, 4 siblings, by the way, they're brothers and sisters. If they were not documented, we won't add them to the number here. So yeah, probably documented. The content is 98% African sis. Thank you, Word. Thank you. That confirms what I just said. Thank you. Thank you. Wengil gang represent. Oh, okay. I don't know why my mind went to like the bad, like negative meaning of gang, but yeah. They hate the diaspora. Who hates the diaspora? Or who? I don't know. Sometimes, you might be responding to someone else and I might get confused. Nice to see you again, Miss Wengil. Thank you, Kay. Great commentary. We'll watch the upload. Currently at work. I need to get the job. Yes. Go do your work. Go do what needs to be done. Make that money. And when it's time to go home and relax, or maybe wash dishes, just open this live and catch up. Thank you, LG, for coming through. Folks Legend said, wow, I was wrong. Sad to see they're doing this. What, Jonathan, what are you saying? You my people too. Oh, okay. I don't think. Okay, I think. Okay, let me see. You my people too. You're our people, Jonathan. Patricia said we diasporans are coming home. You're welcome, Patricia. Yes, I remember Charlize. That's another sad. Extremely, extremely, extreme. Like I can't put it towards how sad that story is, and how the media was portraying her as this brave lady for accepting her child. And I'm like, what? A 3-year-old? Are we living in the same world, or maybe like in those other countries, a 3-year-old is a different 3-year-old? For me, the 3, 4, even 5-year-olds I know don't know any better. Yeah. Keisha said, I remember when Charlize Theron adopted that beautiful baby. Yep. Have you seen the recent pictures of the baby? Google it. Jay said, rest assured that South Sudan isn't far behind Ethiopia on that list. Probably, as our brother earlier said, maybe was undocumented. Patricia, that's the Western mindset. We all need to decolonize our mindset. That is very true. And if we don't start now, guys, like now, it's getting tough out here. Like from what I follow up on when it comes to the Western news, it is mind-boggling to me. Like if they try to bring that stuff to our continent with all this mess that we're already dealing with poverty and everything, I think it would make our lives 10 times worse. So if we don't stand up now and decolonize our minds and help our brothers do the same quickly, and I don't think we have a lot of time, because the Western world tend to um, push, with a force when it comes to what they believe in, and twist our leaders' arms, because they can say like, this, remember the 100 million I promised you? It's not going to happen if you don't let this pass, or do this, or erase this, or cut that relationship, cut that tie, blah 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 blah. They were able to do that thus far, and the very few people that said no, we all know what happened to them. So yeah. Yep. Perhaps because Terry said, because of Ethiopia's two-third Christian faith in respect to adoption. But what does that have to do, you think, in respect to adoption? Do you think it has anything to do with religion? I don't think so. Do you think so? Population, I understand, because I believe Ethiopia is the second, right, after Nigeria, like the most populous. But I don't know about that. Rina said, so true. It's being forced. They tried with my son not having it. Oh, may God be with you, Rena, and yeah, protect that boy, protect him. That's what the Ethiopian, as I read for you, what the, yes, Gloria, the Ethiopian World Federation was saying. Like we should investigate the adoption situation, the agency that she has. Like I'm hoping when they're accusing her of this huge thing, they have evidence and they're following it up. What is going on, and I hope they have receipts, because those are huge claims that they're making. So yeah, hopefully Malawi investigates. Word said, not everyone believes in God. That's true. So they do rituals when they adopt these children. By the way, unfortunately on YouTube we can't say much. I can't say a lot. But I've seen a few videos. Maybe you guys can go and look it up, like crazy, crazy videos on what they do to children. I don't know how to say it without really saying it. Like they believe, can I say it? I don't think I can. Like when you that's too much. I don't think I can say it, but yeah, there's something towards it. Like they believe the kids in their body and their blood and their organ, they have something to offer you to stay younger, to live longer, whatever. So we're not gonna get into that. So yeah, I've heard and I've seen a few videos on that. Gruesome. Hi, Randy. Welcome. Patricia said all African leaders need to ban all those colonizers from even coming to the continent. We in the West are tired of seeing them. I understand, but how do you, I mean, realistically, how can that be possible? You know what I mean? So I think we need to focus on how we can protect ourselves, our most vulnerable, and have policies, have rules and regulations, and also not just have them, have enforcers that are very serious in enforcing it and doing their job right. That I think we can start from there, making sure that we protect the vulnerable and making sure that we follow up after it happens or even before it happens. So yeah, Majay said they are trying to adopt African children to steal their organs, and that's also the case for many people. I also don't want to paint everyone with the same brush because there are good people out there, right? Whatever race, whatever color, whatever, there are good people out there, and there are people that were adopted that really appreciate their parents and they have given them the world and all that stuff. Because I remember reading a story last year of an Ethiopian young man that was adopted in the US and he grew up. Now he's running and he's actually breaking records, and he says like they've changed his life and these are the best people he's ever met and all that stuff. So yeah, I also don't want to paint everybody in the same brush. Terry said UK is becoming anti-Africa regarding their immigration. Yes, I talked about that, by the way, on African Diaspora News Channel. I think their mantra is stop the boat or something like that. And they're saying that it's costing them a lot of money and they want to stop the boat, blah, 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 blah. They were the same people that were helping the Ukrainians last year and this year, and giving funding and opening their arms and opening their homes and just doing the most for the Ukrainian refugees. And they didn't even call them immigrants. If you remember, they keep saying the Ukrainian refugees, the Ukrainian refugees, they look like us, blue eyes, blonde hair. Like they were really like hurt when that happened to their neighboring countries. And even this bill is about stop the boat. The Ukrainians are not going there with a boat. Other immigrants or refugees are not using that. The only reason why they were specific about that is because they want to target a certain group from coming to the UK. And honestly speaking, and I always say this, it's bittersweet. Like some people I know would suffer. I get it. I get it. But sometimes we have to be forced, I guess, to do what we can in our own continent. Like when we see no other way out, I think that's when we start thinking about how we can change it. Where there's a will, there's a way. So yeah, hopefully this is going to force us to be more innovative, focus on doing it here, focus on making money here, focus on raising our kids here. So unfortunately, Gloria said ban all of the adoptions from people not living in Africa. Yeah, some countries did that. A few, I think Kenya did it. I don't know if they've reversed it, but they did it once. Which other country? I forgot. There was one other country that also banned it. So a few countries have done that. Face blue smiling Wengil. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, thank you so much, Suzanne. Suzanne is reminding you to like this live. Please like it as you're watching. Just click on that button. Jonathan said you are correct, Wengil. I don't know which part you're saying you're correct, but I'll take it. Kay said which African country you plan to visit this year? Hopefully Ghana. That's the hope. Hopefully Ghana is the number one, because like everybody's going there and like I feel left out. I want to see, of course there are so many countries that I need to visit. I've only been to Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, and South Africa. That's it, literally. Zimbabwe, but that I never entered. It was like when the plane landed, I was like, okay, this is Zimbabwe. That's it from the plane. So I can't claim Zimbabwe, but I'll just say it. I'll put it out there. So yeah, I will love to go to Ghana. And God willing, I feel like I might. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. Dan said, "Hi, Wangel. I love your content. I emailed you sometime back. Sorry, Dan, if I didn't get back to you. If it's really old, I might not get back to you now, but maybe forward it or email me again. I'm sorry, Dan. Like, there was a time where, like, I felt overwhelmed and I was not responding, but now I'm doing my best to respond and have a conversation. Junine Zone said, "Peace, Wangil. This is the first live I caught." No, it's fine. You haven't missed much. We only went live last week once, and then today. So it's gonna be an every week thing, and it's gonna be every Thursday. So book your calendar. Make sure to come through. It's just gonna be 1 hour. So even if you're busy, you can watch it afterwards, or you can, open it up. Let me just blah 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 as you do your thing. So. Yes, Junin, you didn't miss much, but try to catch up on last week's live. Yes, JD, unite one Africa soon. Amen to that. Nicole said they should not be able to do that to children. That's abuse. Of course, yes, yes, it is. I agree with you, and that's what's sad about the situation. They 100% depend on us. You can say the government or society or neighbors, whatever you might call it, they depend on us. They have no one to say, hold up, this is wrong, except us. So when we let that slide and we let them go there, and worst of all, not even check up on them, we are responsible. All of us are responsible for this kid's misery. Rena said, in the US, 7 million genders, in Africa, 2 Oh my goodness. Yes, I've been following up. It's getting crazy. It is getting crazy, and this is why it's extremely important to now yeah, just it's this is the time to make it clear what we believe in, to know, like, not all of us. Okay, let's make this clear. Not everyone might have the same principle value, right? We all have our, like, a different version, all of us, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, for you to know what you're about, you need to sit down and think about it. So it's time, I believe, as Africans, it's time for us to sit down and decide if we're going to stick with what we've known for so long, or if we're going to allow the outside world to tell us what is right and wrong. So, this is the time, fam, to stand up for what you believe in. BRICS is the future. Okay. Dwayne said relearning is essential. Yes, and let's not be ashamed. It can be a little bit embarrassing. Like me personally, I'll speak for myself. Sometimes I find myself having to doubt what I've known for so long, or like learning new information. It takes me a little bit of time to accept it because I'm stuck in my ways. Like, I'm even ashamed to admit that, okay, I was wrong, right? But we have to be open to changing our minds. It is okay to change our minds. Tomorrow I might learn something new and change my mind on a specific topic I've believed in for like my whole entire life. So we have to make it like the norm to be able to question even our own knowledge, and the things that we have learned. It could be in school or from our parents or from our society. At the end of the day, even though I am a believer of sticking to our culture and principles and values, we also have certain things that we can sit down and think about. I'm not saying just be a rebel. I'm saying, I always mention this, like the female genital mutilation. That's something that is cultural for us, most African countries, but that's something that's not right. And that's something that it's science is telling us, like, it's not even just science. The women that went through it can tell you the horror stories of what they have faced and what they're going through, not just when that happened to them, but throughout their lives, after they got married and after they want to be intimate with their husband, or after they're giving birth, they go through hell. So is it really worth it in the name of culture? Some things I believe in maybe revising, or at least being open to different new ideas. But core values, we need to be able to, stand on it. But even that, I don't want us to just say, my mom did it, so it's okay. No, it's okay to question things. It's okay to think about them. But I'm just saying, let's not think it's embarrassing to change our minds, or like to relearn, as Dwayne said. So, yeah. Eradi said, Philip Scott and you will open that channel in Africa called Africans Diaspora News Channel. Philip Scott and you will open that channel in Africa. Hmm? There's a, you're saying a new channel, or you're talking about African Diaspora News Channel because it already exists? I don't know, Radi. What are you saying? Philip Scott and you will open that channel in Africa called Africans Diaspora News Channel. I don't know. I'm sorry, Radi. I didn't get it. But yes, the channel already exists. It's Philip Scott's channel. It's called African Diaspora News Channel. I contribute on that channel, and we talk about Africans. I talk about the African perspective and African stories, and he talks about the African American or the Black American stories. So that does exist. Junzon said, "When will Africa remove the borders and unite as well?" That's a good question. That's a great question, Junine. We're hopeful. I don't know if we're gonna see it anytime soon, if I'm being honest, but I never want to say never. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Um, Walda Amanuel said, the problem is the African government policy about investing less money on children's future. That is why the kids get adopted to Western countries. That is the issue. The issue is they feel like there's a burden that is being lifted off of them when these kids are being adopted. So they're very happy to give up these kids, and to put in like an agency to even track those kids is going to be more expense. So they're like, they're taken. They probably will have a better life there than here. So they forget about them. But clearly, yes, it is because money is not being invested into this kid's future. And I'll give you a depressing number if you want, and it's not even a recent number, so I'm pretty sure that number went up. So about 50 million kids right now in Africa are like don't have guardians or parents. Just imagine 50 million kids. So I couldn't believe, like, I found this online. Sometimes online can be lying. Okay, don't quote me on that. I found this while doing my research for this conversation. But 50 million? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah, the problem is money. I understand. Kay said, what's your own suggestion about the new Ugandan law about LGBT? um, Obviously, Uganda has every right to decide to stand on what is right for them or wrong. First of all, it was already illegal, but what was illegal was the act, not necessarily claiming that you are from that group. So this takes it like to another level. But when I saw this news, let me be honest, what went through my mind, I was like, uh-oh, I feel like the Western world is going to use this to even come at Uganda and other African countries with force, because it's like giving them the fuel that they needed, if that makes sense, because it has been illegal already for so long, right? Except for like what they have added now, other than the act, now even just identifying as that group. But now it's like giving them the fuel that they needed to make the most noise, to scream louder, to talk about how it's really important now to do something about this. You know what I mean? Like to put urgency in it, because I've seen how they were circulating this news, and how the news was being spun, and how they were pushing it. I knew right away when I heard about this news what was going to happen. And today I saw so many outlets covering it, and in the way that I suspected that would be covered. But as long as Uganda stands up and says, that is your country, the same way Museveni has been doing thus far. He's been saying, that's your lifestyle, this is our lifestyle, leave us alone. So as long as they can stand on what they have decided, I think they shall be okay. Majay said, yep, Ethiopia is huge. Yeah. Hi from Mali, nice job. Love your channel. Oh, thank you, Keith. Like sometimes, I feel like since there's like a language barrier, like I don't speak French, obviously, and I understand like the Mali and the Sahel region, you guys speak French, right? So I feel like sometimes I'm not able to reach just because of the language barrier. And I'm so happy that you're here, telling me that you're watching from Mali. That makes me really, really, really happy. And I am rooting for you guys. We all are rooting for you guys. And you have shown how strong you are, how much you have united to build up your country. And you're saying no to foreign troops and no to foreign intervention and interference. So, like, we want nothing but the best for all of you, and we are very, very proud of your strength. Thank you, Keith, for watching. Zay said, they're in Africa, there are kings and queens, two genders. Yeah, we believe that, basically. Keisha said, it aggravates me so much when the West has the audacity to demand that African nations conform to Western standards of governments and societal norms. That's what they do. And that is why recently you're seeing a lot of African countries accepting, like, being more open to relationships when it comes to China and Russia instead of the Western world. Because with them, there's always an agenda. There's always something that they'll ask from you, and they're giving you anything. Can even be a visit, not even money, and they want you to do certain things because they believe in those things. They really don't care about, like, how different we are. They don't care. What they care about is that's what they believe in. That's what's gonna happen. Um, Yvette said over 65,000 black kids are missing here in the wicked USA. They list them as runaways too. So US won't look for them, but 4, 5, and 6-year-old don't run away. How? Yeah. Oh, that makes me sad. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. Where are they running to? What do they know? It's a no-brainer. It's sad. 65,000. That's a lot. That's a lot of kids, honestly. Where are they going? What's happening to them? Like how is the US as a country allowing this to happen? That's sad. 65,000. That's really sad. Gloria said, besides Ghana and Kenya, where else should I visit? Sorry, I'm off. So it's okay, Gloria. Everybody, write down in the comments and suggest countries for Gloria. I loved South Africa. I can add South Africa to your list. Uganda was beautiful. Tanzania was beautiful as well, but I haven't been to Dar es Salaam. I've only been to Zanzibar. It's just the coast. It's just blue sea, white sands, beautiful. Arab of make it black again. You saying this, by the way, Tavian, you're gonna get us in trouble, because already the Tunisian government, like I talked about this last month, this guy is telling his people, fear mongering, basically creating fear amongst them, telling them Africans, which he means a black black Africans, they are trying to take over and change the demographic of Tunisia, blah 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 blah. And they started hurting the people. So, you saying this is not going to help our brothers, at least for now. Tabian, let them be safe. Let's not have this conversation, because they're already fearing, like, it's so bizarre. Like, it's just so bizarre how people can just decide to turn on you because I was reading their testimonies, like especially the university students, like from sub-Saharan African countries that were in Tunisia. They said, like, all of a sudden now they started like saying like racial slurs to them, or people that were living there, they were burning their house, they just flipped on them, and they just started harassing them. Thankfully a few African countries sent planes to bring back the people, but still, like, that was so evil in my, like, why are you like this as the president? And plus, by the way, don't forget, he is doing this to also, like, divert people's attention to this subject so they can get off him, because people are angry with him. He dissolved the parliament. People don't want him in that position, so he's trying, you know how they do it. Sorry, these politicians, they're very slick. They will create, like, they'll give you a job to do by creating a mess, and then they just watch you from the sidelines and do what they do best, which is they want to stay in power as long as possible. So yeah. Is your god a white man? My god, Domini Kip, has the same color as me, okay? And my god was introduced to me by my people. I know there's this argument where you're worshiping this white Jesus and blah blah blah. Ethiopia, my country, was one of the first countries in the world, not Africa, in the world, that accepted Christianity before Europeans knew what God is, before Europeans accepted anything. I know they introduced that to the rest of the world. I get it. I get it. And they used that name to to create so much chaos and hurt. I understand that. That's another topic. But for me, if you go to my country and see Jesus, he's black with afro and big eyes. That's how we draw him. That's how we worship him. So no, my God is not white. He looks exactly like me. Londell said, love your content. Keep doing what you do best. Also, can you teach us Amharic in a video? Oh, are you interested? Okay. So what can I teach you? For example, it's evening here, so I'll just teach you good evening. Good evening means in date Melka, which one do I want to teach you? If I'm wishing you good evening or asking you, like, how was your evening? And they know me shit. No. Why am I acting like I don't know my own language? And data means how was your evening? And data mesh. So you can practice that. And data mesh. Tell me said agree to what? I don't know. Because I talk a lot. I don't know which part you were saying to. Jonathan said, I heard about dark things being done at some mansions too. Yeah. I think you're talking about the children and ritual and blah, blah. I heard so many things, okay? Nicole said, I think way more children are being abused than what is being said. More of our people need to adopt and take in children. I understand, Nicole. I think you're spot on, because imagine yourself, like, try to remember when you were a kid, how scared you were of adults. And if they tell you, I will, like, end you if you say this to anybody else, you think you'll say it to anybody else? No, you won't. You'll be quiet and be miserable, and you won't be reported, and you'll be hurt. So yeah. Sacrificing kids now, we're not doing that. I know, it's very sad. People are. Junin John said, the AU needs to do something about Tunisia and its Arab racism towards Africans, Arab hate Africans. By the way, I was pleasantly surprised. African Union actually made a statement, although I didn't hear any follow-up, but they made a statement and they said they don't support what's happening, and they even told Tunisia, stop it. Like, this is not right what you're doing, and they called them out actually. So it's a start, I guess. Some Walda Amanuel said, if you do not know the adoption process, paid under table for adopt, I guess, and any baby you want, time frame 2 weeks. If you follow the right process, will take more time frame 16 months and more money. Imagine. This reminds me of a documentary I saw on BBC. I don't know if you guys watched it because it went viral last year or 2 years ago. Um, um, so I don't know what that is. So that documentary was made in Kenya, and you guys, like, it was so sad to watch how babies are just being stolen from the hospital. Like, this mother carried her child 9 months. She gave birth, went to the hospital, paid her money to give birth in that hospital, and she was given a story that, oh, your baby died after it was born. It was premature, or they'll tell them stories. But no, that didn't happen to the baby. They took that baby and sold it. Can you imagine? Like, oh my God, I don't know. I can't put it in words how that must feel as a mother. So not just that, what they do is also they steal from the girls that don't have homes. You know, the homeless people. So what they do? Oh my God, I don't want to get emotional, please. Okay, so they were okay. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. So somebody said it's a Jamaican thing. TV said we Jamaicans are here, connect to our Africa, and on my channel I showcase Jamaica. Okay, go check out. It's a Jamaican thing TV. I've never seen you right now. I don't think I could click on you. Later on, I'll try to check it out. Thank you. Mijay said, oh yeah, don't you know Dracula? Drinking people's read it, you guys. I don't want to say it. That's what they do. Vampires the name. Yeah. Those ones actually, by the way, I've heard, I think this one I heard in the radio, and they were saying that um they are not how they're portrayed in the movies. Like in the UK, like real people, they came out and said, like, they identify as vampires, but they said it's not, they're not how the movies portray them, and they don't drink human, you know. What they do is animals, like, that's what they consume, and blah blah blah. They did a whole story about it, and I was so surprised. I'm like, what? This is real life? What? um so somebody said, send that stolen wealth back to Africa. Yeah, they need to, and they will. You'll see. Mr. Berger said, yes, the UK is definitely biased when it comes to certain immigrants. Cuff, cuff. You agree? Yes, yes, yes. Um, if they want it white only, that's cool. We'll be fine. We figured out a way before in the past. Yeah, I agree with you. Big up Jamaica Thing TV. Big up, yes, everybody. The Jamaican TV said he or she. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I just assumed he. I apologize. But yeah, they said they showcase the beauty of Jamaica. The Juma said, you can't ban people. We need to do that. What Wengil just said, African citizens need to be very vigilant and hold internal collaborators responsible. Yes, especially those are the ones for me that I get more frustrated or like angry at, because at the end of the day, an outsider is an outsider, and of course they need to be held accountable. We need to talk about them and all that stuff. But when it comes, the betrayal comes internally. The betrayal comes from your brother, your neighbor. It's the worst for me, and that is why I hate tribalism with a passion, with everything in me. I hate tribalism because it's literally hating your brother, and that's the most horrible sin you can commit. And we should stop this right now, honestly. Like, they need to be held accountable. Internal people that are betraying their own people, those are the worst for me, the worst of the worst scums. That's what they are. The great white hope What does that mean, Yahudin? The Great White Hope. I don't know. Dala said, "Hello, Angel. I've been watching your videos for a while now. This is my first live chat on your channel. Welcome. It's my second time doing it, and it's gonna happen every week, every Thursday. So be sure to come at the same time every Thursday, and we'll have a chat like this. So Tell Me said it's a Jamaican thing. We'll check your channel. Yes, do that. Dan said, "Hi, Wangel, Kenyan tuned in from East Europe. Love your content. Thank you. Keep going, girl. Thank you, Dan. I really, really appreciate it." Black Wall Street. We talked about that last time. I don't know if you watched it, the Tulsa Race Massacre, and the survivors, the two survivors from the three, have been given Ghanaian citizenship, and that I thought was historic and beautiful and really significant. So, yay. Mahalate, thank you, Mahalate. Mahalate said, like, subscribe, share. So, okay, that we can't tell people. And please, our family. Thank you so much, Mahi. I appreciate it. Nicole said, the more children we can adopt, the more children we can teach through history on morality. I agree. I agree. We need to also, even if we can't adopt, like those people that might not be able to adopt, you can offer like to raise a child wherever they are, right? Like if you know these people are really miserable and maybe they can't even send their children to school, maybe commit to paying for that child's school fees, just that child. It would be way cheaper for you than to think about his food and blah blah. At least the parents won't feel as much and won't feel that burden as much, and you can share that burden with them. Just sponsoring kids, that's something I've been thinking about, and I think that's something we can all maybe do. Not all, of course. I'm not saying if you can't, you can't, but just one kid at a time, maybe we can contribute. Londell said, would you ever move to Johannesburg? I don't think so. I don't think so, but I can't wait to see Johannesburg, actually see, because I heard so much. Philip especially has been telling me from the African Diaspora News Channel how beautiful Johannesburg is. He loves it so much. Jonathan said, a change is coming to Africa for the better. NATO ain't it. Agreed. CNS says 65% of people crossing into England are of European descent. Really, CNS? Using what? The boats? Do you really genuinely think they are stopping the Europeans? Then how come now is when they're talking about this? And how come the Rwanda, what do they call it, the refugee camp is introduced now? How come the Ukrainians, which are Europeans, how come they were given specific place and red carpets to that? I'll have to do my research, CNS. Thank you for your comment. Good day, Queen. Hi, Kagoma. Welcome. Common Man said the United States took in over 100,000 Ukrainians, a few months ago, but repatriated the Haitian refugees. Incredible. The United States, Black Americans are still fighting to get their repatriation, but they have not been able to get it. But we are seeing the US promising other countries millions of dollars. And I just wonder, if you're from the US, tell us, why do you think that is? If US has that money and they're able to fund and give money and fund wars, like how come it's so hard to give money to the people that they used to build the whole country? Like, just let me know why that is. Oh, Sweating said, do you have children? Okay, that's personal. I don't talk about my personal life, but yes, I have two boys. The Pau case said, I see one big problem that no one talks about. I'm a geologist. Our group worked in Africa. We always have given PhD position to African students. But after finishing, they were quitting and moving to EU. You know why? Because of opportunities. I believe it's because of opportunities. And I don't want to blame anybody or put anybody down just because they decided to leave outside. Like, I completely understand. That's where they get paid. That's where the money is. That's where they're celebrated. That's where they're able to change their lives and their family and their extended family's lives. Like, yes, I get it. I just wish and hope that someone can sacrifice. I know it's a lot to ask. Trust me, I know. But someone to say, okay, I'm missing out, I'll lose X amount of money if I don't move to EU or the US. But I think it's extremely important that I invest here, my skills, my knowledge, my money, like I'll do it here, even though it won't benefit me as much. Or another alternative is go learn, get everything you need, like intellectually, money wise, financially, get everything that you need and invest it back home. And that's what the Jews do, by the way. Like they make sure wherever they are, wherever they're working from, they send back money home. Like I think they even have a percentage that they send. They send a lot of money back home because they know and they understand that they get it. Why it's really important to send back home, because tomorrow if anything happens here, they know they're sorted. They know their people are okay. They know their economy is okay. So I think that's the reason. Money, basically, opportunity is outside. Gloria said, I always like before coming to chat, I always like, oh, thank you, Gloria. You're so sweet. Okay, today, you guys, it's like, yeah, we're time. But I enjoyed it so much, I even forgot about time. Junin says Africa needs to operate off of racial tribalism as well. Africa needs to operate off of I hope you're saying like off of it, like no, like they should not care about tribalism. If that's the case, I completely agree with you. Tribalism is what is keeping us where we are right now. Like one of the biggest reason, in my opinion, because we're quick to turn on our brothers and sisters. Because why? Tribe. My tribe. It's just it's the worst thing. I'm sorry. Like I hate tribalistics. But I get it. I get where the mentality comes from. I'm not gonna push you away. You're still my brother, but let's change that mindset. Like it's really not helping us. Teddy said, "Hi, greetings from Eritrea." Hi, Eritrea. How is it going? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so fam, I have a lot of message. Wait, let me respond to Mumo. Mumo, I saw someone I know, that's why I reacted that way. Hi, Mumo, welcome. Mumo is a Kenyan YouTuber. He talks about, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mumo, but investing and businesses, and he helps a lot of people just have that mindset. So thank you for the money, Mumo. I really appreciate it. Welcome, and I'm gonna be on his podcast tomorrow. Thank you for coming through, Momo. I have so many chats, fam. I'm so sorry. I don't think I can respond to everyone. Oh, Momo sent another one. Oh, thank you, Momo. Loving the conversation. We really appreciate it. Thank you for coming through. But yeah, thank you guys so much. It's about time that we say goodbye, but we're seeing each other next week. Make sure to come through and we have a conversation about it, and we can, continue having this conversation, because I want this live to be more like interactive. And maybe in the future I can even maybe like give you links and stuff so we can have like a proper conversation, like this, face to face instead of chat. We'll think about that, but for now let's worry about showing up every week, okay? So I really appreciate you guys coming through and giving me your time, the most valuable thing you have. So I just want to say I appreciate you so very much. And I will see you hopefully next week. Make sure you come through. And yeah, I'll see you. Okay, that's a good comment. Eritrea is the best example of taking care of their people. Where I live, they donate 10% of their salaries each month to fight the shortage of dollar. That is so wonderful, Johanna. Like, you should be proud of yourselves. Like, that is the right thing to do. Like, we need to also do more. It's not just talking about it. The Juma said, you have Cash App? Unfortunately, no, I don't. But I think I said this last week, I will create like a membership. YouTube has a membership thingy or a Patreon, one of the two. And we can even go in depth and talk about things we can talk on YouTube. So yeah, I don't have for now, Dejoma, but thank you. So that thought that counts. I appreciate you for thinking about, I'm assuming you want to cash up me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the love and the support. So everyone, bless Rick. Thank you so much. And thank you, Miss Jonesy, and Dan, and Word, and Patricia, and Kabda, Alam, and Jedi, and yeah, someone said Cash App USA and UK. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I just hear people say it. I have no idea. Johanna, and Truda, and Keisha. Bye. Thank you, Keisha, for coming through. And thank you, Raymond. All of you, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, morning, night, evening. Have a blessed, blessed day, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.